Hi guys, my name is Nonima Tigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am not going to go away without talking about Untanzi speaking for himself and asking izinto zokubuzwa relevant questions. Before we do that, guys, please make sure you do not forget to like, to share, to comment, and most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. Please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end and you are watching the ads that are coming through. When you are doing that, you will be supporting this channel financially and in numbers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Now, let's talk about Undanzi confronting Obaloi, even though he was not speaking to Obaloi. First confrontation for yesterday. Undanzi, guys. Undanzi yesterday, he was way. Undanzi, the things that he was doing yesterday, my goodness, the things that he was doing yesterday, I cannot see them being undone here at this point. The things that Undanzi did yesterday, they cannot be undone, guys. Because tell me why Undanzi is like, tell me something. Listen carefully to what he said. I'm going quickly to my notes. Uti, I see what is what I phone in record. Sorry. I see what Undanzi is doing there. I see what he's doing there. Undanzi Uti, guys. Undanzi Uti. You know what? I'm not sure what's happening here because right here, right now, all you guys are doing. Oh, Uti, Mina, I'm no longer sure why am I arrested. Ne? That's what he says. Uti, in plain terms, what he is saying, he points out that state. Oh God, no, 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 no. He points out that state Ubongalindas is pointing out that the state is leading evidence between 2018 to 2020, yet he is arrested for a murder that occurred in 2014, meaning the prosecution is relying on post-factor narrative instead of evidence that is linking Undanzi to the deed that happened. Why is this shocking for me? And why is this devastating for the state? Number one, the accusation problem that we have here. Evidence gathered years later must link cleanly to 2014. That link is missing. And Undanzi points that out for his state. Secondly, memory contamination risk. Undanzi is like, ninja nina. It looks like theory was built first in this situation, then evidence handed after. And Undanzi is putting this out there. He's like, no one man is a but this is what I have noticed about you guys. I don't know if you I don't know where you're going with this. Thirdly, Section 35 exposure. I don't know if you guys noticed that Undanzi have become very smart. Prison. It shows fair trial rights taken take a knock when the case timeline doesn't align. Because why are we talking about 2018 to 2020? It is the question. So the bottom line in what Dazu was saying is that when an accused calmly tells NPA, you are leading from evidence from years after the crime, that's not defiance, guys. That's a structural indictment of the case. Lawyers will tell you Undanzi did not do anything B when he was doing that. He did not do anything ugly when he was doing that. That is why the courtroom went quiet. The clock doesn't lie, Galoksan. The courtroom was like, bekungawa nenaliti sana lab. Bekungawa nenaliti because Undanzi, what he said there, it can never be undone, guys. Undanzi was not doing cross-examination to anyone. He was just stating the obvious, the facts. And he was not grandstanding. He simply pointed out at the calendar. Niyayibona nalento niyenzayo. Niyayibona nalento niyenzayo. And in doing so, he exposes a crack that runs straight through the state case. Whether bayafuna or abafuni, it's not Danzi's business. But the bottom line is that there is a crack there. There is a big crack there. That is the bottom line. That is the bottom line. And Undanzi was like, Mzonbonis, Mzonkomba mina, Mzonkomba, because nina niyadelela. Untanzi was like, Nzolukomba, niyadelela. And when he mentions 2018, I was like having chills down my spine. 2019, 2020, I was like, Ntanzi, but I'm arrested for a crime that happened in 2014. Let that sit, guys. Let it sink in. Clock it. He is aware. That timeline is collapsing just in front of Judge Rotamo Kgwatleng. And there was no one who had a comeback, Gesana. There was no one who had a comeback because Ntanzi is not lying. If the crime happened in 2014, then the strongest evidence should live in 2014, not years later, not after media storms, not after narratives are formed, not after suspects are already decided. You don't build the truth backwards. But that's exactly what this case is doing. That is exactly what this case is doing. So what they are doing, they are doing reverse engineering of the situation. And Ntanzi was like, no, never. I'm not keeping quiet. This is my time. I am going to address this right here, right now. I was so proud of him. I don't care who says what. And this is not about guilty or innocence. This is about whether the state can explain how a 2014 murder is being prosecuted with evidence born years later. So far, they cannot. They failed in their very own state case, dismally so. And when the time itself testifies against you, the case is already bleeding. In fact, the entire case has been bleeding from day one. This wasn't Ntanzi arguing. It was Ntanzi exposing the state case live on national television. And the damage that he did there is permanent, guys. The damage Ntanzi did there is permanent, and there is nothing any of them can do. There is no comeback from what Ntanzi did there. There is absolutely zero comeback from what Ntanzi did there. For Baloyi, for Gininda, for anyone. And I'm sure at this point, Gininda was like, get Jonathan! Can we get hold of him? Beat the hell out of... I am sure Gininda felt like, Jonathan, get the hell out. Beat the... And the MPD ukuthi izomsiza idile noNtanzi because useyadelela lo mfana. And I'm sure he quite a cool looking in the point because what the hell? What do you mean Ntanzi spoke like that? What do you mean Ntanzi spoke like that? What do you mean Ntanzi has the balls to confront Baloyi? Ne case yakhe Baloyi Gininda exposed by Ntanzi situation. Oh my God! I was so proud of him. Ntanzi exposed Gininda. Exposed Baloyi ukuthi Nina, you think you are smart, ne? You people think you are smart. Look at this. Hear me out. Giants, hear me out. What is this now? What is this now? What is this now? Please hear me out. Niti nilana. Like Ntanzi, guys. He's got balls, guys. He's doing the things. He's fighting for his life, asking his of buzo, asking relevant questions, and facing the devil straight up and putting things on record. That is brilliant, guys. That was brilliance on its own. Putting that on record, it's elevating situations there. It's elevating situations. I could not have been prouder than Ntanzi than I did. I am so proud of him. I am pleased with how he handled the entire situation. I'm impressed, to say the least. He impressed me. I promise you, he impressed me. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts when it comes to Ntanzi standing up for herself and asking relevant questions and asking things that we've been asking while we were watching the case? Because these questions we've asked, kwenzeka kanjani? Kwenzeka kanjani? Icase ihambe ngalo mhambi ihamba ngawo. Kwenzeka kanjani? And Ntanzi was like, aningitsheli lokho mina. Mina aningitsheli lokho nizoyenza yenze sense. Nizoyenza yenze isense. So we had Ubongani Ntanzi there, coming for Gininda, coming for Baloyi, esithi le nhlangano yenu le yangibhedela. Yenzani lento ningibonise ukuthi kwenzeka kanjani sikhuluma ngo-2018, 19, 20. Wena uzive kanjani when Ntanzi did that? Because now I was so proud of him. I was like, bravo, guy, bravo, my guy, bravo, bravo. Umagcino wethu is like, masingajwayelwa madoda, masingajwayelwa. Ebeyindoda omZulu, taking charge, uNdadze phayana. She was taking charge. I'm so proud of him. I'll see you on our next video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.